there, Stampin' friends. Today I want to show you the second project from April 2014 Stamp Club. This is our second make and take. It's a gatefold card, and we used a shaving cream technique. So let's get started. I've seen lots of different methods done using the shaving cream. This is my method. This is just what works for me and what I like. I'm going to start with block F, the large block, just a clear block. And I'm going to be using Barbasol shaving cream. It's not scented, not for sensitive skin, nothing. Just the cheapest thing you can get works the best. And give it a shake here. I'm going to put a couple small globs on there. And then I'm going to take my block E. And this is what I'm going to use. I'm just going to spread this around on my block. Just using it to spread it out a little bit and try and get an even coat. Kind of scrape it off there. Okay. You're going to want to have paper towels handy. Today I'm using the Coastal Cabana reinker as my first color, and I'm just going to randomly put few drops on here. My second color is baked brown sugar. Okay. Now here's my method of mixing it. I'm just going to use my block again, and I'm not going to mix a lot because it'll get muddy on you. Looks like it's going to do that to me anyway today. Okay. Oh, don't. It does get slippery when you're mixing. Okay, I'm going to stop there before I just have complete mud. I've used this piece of cardstock. It's a quarter of a sheet. It's 5.5 by 4 1/4, and I'm going to do the whole entire sheet. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this on here. I'm not going to push. I'm going to tap. I don't want it to slide. I'm just going to randomly tap. Pick it up and look at it. Okay, now see I have some bare spots. So I'm just going to lay it back over and tap in those spots. And I'm going to keep doing that until I get the effect I want. A little bit more down here in the corner. Maybe a little blue right there. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. I'll set this off to the side. I'll grab a paper towel, and I'm just going to wipe this off. Okay, I'm going to set that aside and let that dry for just a little bit. The base of my card here is 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock just cut in half. And then I have scored it in on both sides at 2 1/8 inch. So I'm just going to take my bone folder and reinforce those score lines. Now I've taken 2 panels and I've run them through my Big Shot with the wood grain folder. And I'm going to take some Tombow glue and add that panel. Oh, shaving cream. To the center of this. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the other piece. Add the glue. And center that. Oh, that's slippery. But that's alright, it makes it easy to adjust. All right, we're done with the base. I'm going to set that aside for right now. I've taken my Big Die Beautiful Butterflies, and on mine what I've done is I have marked what size piece of cardstock it takes to cut this out, and then I've taken my chalk marker and I've written it right on the pieces that I normally use. Here's a piece that I've already cut out using the Coastal Cabana cardstock. Okay, now I'm going to bring back in the piece of that we did the shaving cream technique on, and I need it to be 2 inches by 2 3/8. So this might be out of frame. I'm going to take this down here for a minute and mark my 2 inch with my scissors, and then turn it, and I'm going to mark 2 3/8. And then I'm just going to cut. Oh, I know I'm off on this. I must not have had something lined up. All right, so this is the piece I have. I'm going to put this over this small butterfly. So to make my sandwich, I need an acrylic plate, cutting plate, then my die, my cardstock, and another clear plate. Not so clear, but well loved and well used. Then I'm going to run this through the Big Shot. I'm going to do this off camera so I don't wiggle my table. And when it comes out, I'm going to have this beautiful butterfly. Now I'm taking a little bit of the Tombow, and I'm just going to do the center of this right here. And then I'm going to center this on my big one. And take my fancy fan folder. I'm going to put this butterfly in there, close it up. This sandwich is a clear plate, the embossing folder with the cardstock, another clear plate, and I'm going to use tab 1 of my multi-purpose platform and run that through the Big Shot. Okay, and when this comes out, it looks like this. And I'm just going to take my fingers and I'm just going to pull that smaller butterfly up. Okay, I'm going to set him aside to dry for a moment. And then I have this, I really do have a piece of cardstock. This little piece of scrap here of Coastal Cabana, and I'm going to use soft suede ink. I'm using the Itty Bitty Banners stamp set, and I'm using the Happy Birthday stamp out of that. Ink this up. Stamp this in the middle. And then I'm going to use my Bitty Banners framelits that match. And for this I'm going to use my magnetic platform, an acrylic plate, and I'm going to put this, my cardstock down, and then my framelit with the blade down. Just center this over here, this stamped image. Put my plate on top. And this is all you need for this. You don't use any other platform. And I'm going to run that through the Big Shot. And it just pops right out of there. Okay. Bring back in my butterfly and some pearls. I'm going to take a large pearl, pop that in the center toward the top of my smaller butterfly. And then with these small pearls, the smallest, I'm going to put one on each side of this happy birthday. Okay. Bringing the base of my card back in. I'm going to take my Tombow glue and I'm going to only add glue to half the butterfly and not even the center, just one side. Close my card. I'm going to line up the center of my butterfly with the center line of my card. Push this down. Okay, so this is only glued on this side. Now with the banner, I'm going to glue the opposite side. So I've got glue on my banner there. Center this. Push it down. And there's a completed card. Ready for a message, a greeting, a note. Now, here we have the rest of this piece of paper. And I told my gals, I said, I did this because I wanted them to see different cards that you could make with this and that this doesn't go to waste. Here are two other cards I made when I was getting ready to do this sample. Okay, let's do this. Here's one. I took the Elegant Butterfly Punch and I just punched out a piece from my leftover shaving cream cardstock. Then I punched a soft suede one and a Coastal Cabana with that Elegant Butterfly. Stapled them in the middle. I took my brown permanent marker and colored the staple. And it kind of lets them float a little. The next one I made with my leftover piece was this card right here. I used a vintage wheel on the back, stamped it 3 times, and then I used edgelets and the small butterfly, the apothecary art, and pearls. So here with just that 1/4 sheet of cardstock, I made 3 beautiful cards. With one technique. So I hope you enjoyed this and you learned something new and you'll give it a try. Thanks for watching.